My name is Reed McCullough, and I grew up in Salinas, California. Located near Monterey, Salinas is about 30 minutes away from the Carmel beaches and is an hour away from San Jose. What makes this town so special to me is the great weather, which is always around 60 to 70 degrees, and its beautiful history, along with my friends and family. As for my religion, I grew up in a Christian household and went to church every free Sunday I had growing up. I have really enjoyed going to church because of the unique atmosphere and the friends that I have made there. However, this project isn't about my religion, it's about how diverse my hometown, Salinas, really is. Salinas is a town of 157,000 and is one of the most agriculturally involved cities in the nation. It holds the main hubs for many food companies like Taylor Farms, Fresh Express, Tanamura and Antle, and many more. It's not uncommon to find some of the fruits and vegetables from the grocery stores shipped from Salinas. On top of this, Salinas is also home of John Steinbeck, the famous author of books like Cannery Row, which is about 30 minutes from Salinas, The Grapes of Wrath, and Of Mice and Men. Salinas is not only historically rich, but religiously diverse as well. If I have learned one thing about religion in my years growing up, it's that religion means something different to everybody. Personal stories and testimonies are often the backbone of why a person chooses one religion over another. Today, I'm here not to tell you of my religious autobiography, but to tell my stories on religious diversity that I have encountered in my hometown of Salinas. Embarrassingly enough, I didn't realize how religiously diverse Salinas was until my professor pointed it out to me. When I first thought about the diversity, I assumed that a majority of my town was Catholic because it is a farming community, and growing up I noticed that many of these families were Catholic. So to find the many religions I had failed to notice, I sent my twin brother and dad on a mission to find all the churches, billboards, and signs that were part of religious communities in town. They came back with the pictures you see in the background, and while some of these are repeats, they found over 20 churches. These religions associated with these places of worship include Christianity, Catholicism, Buddhism, Mormonism, Judaism, and others. The main reason I didn't notice the large number of religions represented in my town was because of how well they get along. A great example of this was my experience with Mormon friends. You would think that it would be awkward to try and bridge the gap between Mormonism and Christianity, but it was surprisingly easy. We instantly became friends and hung out together a lot. I even went to many of their dances because there wasn't any dirty dancing, and a lot of my friends were going. Another instance where I got along well with someone with a different religious view was my 10th grade Buddhist math teacher. His religion definitely didn't show through when teaching, and he didn't try to talk about it or mention it at all. He did have an extra credit opportunity to go to his place of worship, but instead of it being religious, it was just a fundraising event that was actually a lot of fun. These two are a great example of how accommodating and receptive people of different faiths treat each other in Salinas. In general, all of the religions that encompass Salinas also interact well with the nuns, especially in high school. I was in Fellowship of Christian Athletes all 4 years, and I don't ever remember having problems with nuns or atheists. I feel really blessed to have been able to grow up in Salinas. Salinas is a special place to me. I've grown up there my whole life, and all my favorite people and memories are there. One of the reasons I had such a great time when growing up in Salinas was the religious acceptance and diversity there. I think Salinas is special in that regard, and I would recommend stopping there if anyone has the time.